Imagine for a moment that you are standing in the middle of your living room, looking down at your cat. From your perspective, the relationship is clear. You are the provider, the guardian, and the one who understands the complex workings of the world. You see a small, elegant creature that depends on you for food, warmth, and affection. But as your cat looks back up at you with those vast, luminous eyes, have you ever stopped to wonder what they actually see? To us, the reflection in their gaze is just a human being, but in the enigmatic mind of a feline, the image is filtered through a completely different biological and psychological lens. We often assume that because cats live in our homes, they perceive us as a sort of surrogate parent or a master to be obeyed. However, there is a hidden, almost startling truth beneath the surface of their stare. Your cat doesn't see you as a human at all, at least not in the way you think. There is a silent, jaw-dropping secret to their perception that changes the very foundation of your relationship. Something deeper is happening in those quiet moments of observation, a psychological rewrite of your identity that traces back to the dawn of their species. Most owners go through their entire lives believing they are the center of their cat's world, without ever realizing that in the eyes of their feline companion, they are something far more mysterious and perhaps far more equal than they ever imagined. The real reason your cat treats you the way they do isn't because they think you're their owner, but because of a profound secret in their visual and social coding that is about to be revealed. It begins with a biological reality that most people find difficult to grasp: the colorblind giant. While we see a world of vibrant reds, oranges, and deep purples, your cat lives in a landscape of muted blues, yellows, and grays. To them, you aren't a colorful figure in a bright outfit. You are a shifting, pastel-hued presence that moves through a world of shadows. But what many people don't realize is that while they lose out on color, they gain an incredible sensitivity to motion. They don't see your face in high-definition detail. Instead, they see the micro movements of your muscles and the subtle shifts in your posture. They aren't looking at the who of you. They are reading the how of you. To a cat, you are a living, breathing map of energy and intent. They see your stress before you feel it, and they notice your relaxation before you sit down. You are a giant, low-definition silhouette that radiates an emotional frequency they can see as clearly as we see a neon sign. But that is only part of the story, because the real secret lies in their social classification of us. Here is the jaw-dropping truth that behaviorists have only recently begun to solidify. Cats do not see humans as a different species. When a dog looks at a human, they recognize a different being, a leader, or a separate entity. But when a cat looks at you, they see you as a large, clumsy, non-hostile cat. This is why they treat you with the same social rituals they use with their own kind. When they rub against your legs, tail wrap around your arm, or sit beside you, they aren't submitting to a master. They are engaging in the social bonding of a pride. They see you as a massive, slightly inept feline roommate who happens to be remarkably good at opening cans. This shift in perspective is profound because it means their love isn't based on a hierarchy. It's based on a sense of absolute equality and shared identity. What many owners fail to realize is that our height and size are actually a psychological blind spot for them. Because cats evolved as both predators and prey, their vision is optimized for the horizontal plane. When you stand up, you often disappear from their immediate social field of view. This is why a cat might seem indifferent to you while you are walking around, but suddenly becomes intensely affectionate the moment you sit or lie down on the floor. By lowering your height, you are literally entering their world. You become visible as a social equal. They don't look up at you with awe. They wait for you to come down to their level so the real conversation can begin. To a cat, your most human trait, standing tall, is actually the thing that makes you the most distant. And sometimes it goes even deeper into the concept of the blurry provider. Cats are naturally farsighted, meaning they struggle to see things clearly that are closer than 6 inches to their face. When you lean in for a kiss or bring your face right up to theirs, you actually become a giant, indistinct blur. Here's the surprising part. They don't rely on sight to see you in those intimate moments. Instead, they use their whiskers to sense the heat and the air currents coming off your skin. They see you through a tactile thermal image. This is a level of intimacy that goes beyond the visual. They are feeling the very essence of your life force. When you are that close, you aren't a person to them. You are a source of warmth and a familiar vibration. They are experiencing you in a way that is almost spiritual, a connection built on the invisible threads of heat and breath. What many people don't realize is that cats perceive our clumsiness as a personality trait they find somewhat endearing, yet baffling. To a cat, humans are incredibly loud and uncoordinated. We trip over things, we drop objects, and we move with a heavy-footedness that would be a death sentence in the wild. But the secret is that they don't judge us for it. Instead, they view our clumsiness as a sign that we are safe. A predator is silent and precise. A friend is loud and predictable. By being your clumsy human self, you are accidentally signaling to your cat that you have no intention of hunting them. They see your lack of grace as a badge of friendship. You are the giant, bumbling member of the pride who provides safety precisely because you aren't a threat in the traditional feline sense. But the real reason their perspective is so jaw-dropping is found in the way they perceive our gifts to them. We think we are providing for them out of a sense of duty, but in a cat's mind, the roles are often reversed. Because they see us as large, our inept cats who never seem to hunt anything successful, they often view themselves as the ones taking care of us. When they bring you a toy or meow at you to follow them, they are trying to teach you the ways of the world. They see you as a slightly slow-witted kitten that never quite grew up. Their love is actually a form of maternal or paternal care. They aren't just living in your house, they are managing you. Once you realize that your cat thinks they are the one in charge of your education, the power dynamic in your home takes on a hilarious and heartwarming new light. Gradually, as you begin to understand these secrets, the way you look at your cat changes. You stop seeing a pet and start seeing a companion who is observing you with a sophisticated, albeit skewed intelligence. You realize that the silence between you is filled with 1,000 feline interpretations of your every move. The shift from owner to giant clumsy feline friend is a quiet but powerful transformation. You start to respect their world more because you realize how hard they are working to make sense of yours. You realize that their aloofness isn't a lack of love. It's just them waiting for you to stop being so human and start being more cat. This realization brings a profound sense of peace to your bond. You've stopped trying to project human social structures onto a creature that doesn't recognize them. You've accepted that in their eyes, you are a marvel of warmth, a source of safety, and a fellow member of the pride. You understand that when they stare at you, they are looking for the equal inside the giant. You are no longer just a person in a room. You are a sanctuary. Take a moment to look at your cat across the room right now. Don't stand up. Stay at their level. Look into those eyes and remember the secret. They aren't looking at a master. They are looking at a friend they've decided to claim as their own. They are looking at a large blue-gray silhouette of warmth that represents everything good in their world. When you finally see yourself through their eyes, you realize that you are far more important than a mere owner. You are a part of their very identity. It is a soft, steady reminder that the most meaningful connections are built on the foundation of a shared perspective, even if that perspective is slightly blurry and colorblind. By learning how they see you, you've given your cat a home where they are truly understood. And in that realization, you find a sense of connection that is as deep as it is silent, a bond that is, quite simply, the greatest secret of all. You aren't just a pet parent, you are a feline's chosen equal, and there is nothing more jaw-dropping than that.